Hello, Leo. Welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. All right, Leo, welcome. It is a wonderful energy to step into. We have the lovers, we have the union, we have the combining of opposites. We have that solar energy, that lunar energy coming together, creating the star, creating the, ultimate balance, right? The chemical marriage, if you will. And so when we see this, we know that things are, combining in a way that is thriving, right? This is, like all of the variables have lined up and you are ready to go. So, what would that look like? It might be a relationship. We see this card and we think, okay, this is going to be a love reading. Not necessarily. This could be like, you went to school, you got your degree or licensed or whatever it was, certification, and you've been looking for a job and you haven't found the thing that that you're willing to do for all the work you've put in, right? And you've been, kind of toiling in that. And suddenly you find the job, it aligns. Not only is it, wonderful, a wonderful position, but everything that you have studied, everything that you have done to get yourself to this place, it's all falling in line. Everything is coming into its perfection. Okay? And so there's this idea of kind of mixing and combining and extracting certain elements or parts of something and adding in and tinkering with, right? Like it's a potion, like it's a recipe, a soup, and getting it to that place where it is, what's the word? Symmetrical, beautifully placed, everything in its, I don't want to say place again, but I'm going to. Everything in its place. So yeah, I'm happy to see that we have the lovers. Also, my Venus is in Leo, so I'm always happy to see that. Now, I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for clicking on the reading. I don't know what's up with this energy today, but it is, I think, Wednesday the 10th. We just went through that 9/9 portal, and my anxiety level is pretty high today, I have to admit. I don't know what it is, but I'm hoping that we can shake it off. I hope you are not having any anxiousness. But, and here's my little spiel I have to do. If you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I would love to hear from you. Not part of the spiel, from my heart, I would love to pray for you. If you need prayer, send me an email, put it in the comments, whatever it is. I absolutely am so happy to keep you in my heart, to send you positive vibes, healing vibes, and vice versa. If you want to pray for me, I will take it. Lord knows this lady over here always needs some prayer. All right, let's get going here. Ooh-wee. So we have, it looks like, right up here, you have a person. You can see the head, you can see the body. Here are the legs. Their arm is extended upwards. It looks like they are planting a flag. Here's like a little mound. Here's the flag. We also have in it, looks like J-E. J-E right here. Also, I'm looking up here. We have XX, so like kiss, kiss. And then up here it says sick. S-I-C-K. Sick. Like, maybe super cool. Like, that's sick, bro. Um, which I grew up in California, so that wouldn't be weird for me to hear or say. But also could be that, yeah, I mean, listen, my daughter just started kindergarten and we're already starting to feel the little bugs, the little sickies, the little sniffles and all of that. So, if you are in the northern hemisphere, it's getting colder. We're getting closer to autumn. We all know what that means, right? Especially if you are around kids. You know, flu season is coming. So that could be, I think it's on a lot of our minds anyways. But, I don't know. I don't know if you are feeling sick or if there's somebody in your life, but we're going to keep looking. So we also have right next to this person who is doing the flag, right? We have over here it looks like another mound, and there is a person in the background kind of watching as this happens. Now we have somebody running on the back of it looks like a sheep or like a goat. Here's the head. Here's where the eye would be. This is where the nose would be. The head's like this. The ears would be up here. This is kind of the upper chest area. Now right here we have a person. This is the body. Here's their leg. And this other leg is like up. So it looks like they're running and they're holding something right there. Now we also have the number 217. 217. So we have this repeated. We have the person over here in the same kind of like they're like this, like they're holding something or they're planting something. So to me, it feels like you are coming into a place where you have won. I mean, you're planting the flag, right? So you have dominated something, some aspect of your life. And I feel like you're feeling pretty confident there. Right? It feels like we're in pure Leo energy. The sun is on your face. You have your chin up, chest out, shoulders back, feeling strong, brave, confident. You knew what you were doing. You executed perfectly. And here you go. You are in your power. People are seeing you. You are seeing yourself. You are feeling energetic, activated. And again, I can't emphasize the confidence. Now, I do feel like there has been a period of time in this last year, at least since the beginning of the year, where you have at times wavered, especially emotionally, felt very overwhelmed, maybe even gone through a period of burnout, okay? I think it's been a little bit of a struggle at times to get yourself kind of going again. But I feel like probably since around your birthday, about a month and a half ago, there just seems to be a switch in you. This kind of like, I'm either going to pull it together and get moving forward and just own this, or I'm quitting. Like, I'm done with everything. I feel like it's like the polarity, the duality of it, the black and white of it. So profoundly strong at times, right? But I do feel like, yeah, for you, it's kind of, well, now we switch directions, we switch courses. I am not going to succumb to this giving up, to this feeling sluggish and uninspired and listless and disenfranchised. And I feel you grabbing yourself by the collar and pulling yourself up. You've slid into that place before, that sunken place, and you're just not willing to do that right now. I mean, let's face it, you don't have time. Who does? I think the only thing that keeps me from getting into super depressive states sometimes, and listen, sometimes you can't help it. I've dealt with, major depression related to PTSD and, being neurodivergent for, I should say CPTSD. I know the distinction is a big deal recently. I don't know. People really need to know. But yeah, CPTSD and, the autism, and the ADHDs. And yeah, sometimes you just can't help it. I know that feeling all too well, right? Not able to get out of bed, not able to shower, not able to, take out the trash, and, getting the things that you need is just, it seems like too much, On the other hand, life gets so busy, sometimes you don't have time to sink into that place, right? It's just kind of like, well, I'm here. I just got to keep going. I just got to keep struggling through this thing. So I feel like, yeah, you definitely, it feels raw. And that's the thing that really is standing out to me. There's this sense of like having like a raw heart. Like you're very, like it's just, it's healing, right? It's still sore. It's like like a sunburn, right? But it's emotional. And I see you, as in true Leo fashion, really looking at yourself and being like, listen, we can totally go down this road. Let's do it. Let's stay in bed for the next 3 months and, watch our lives fall apart. Okay. But also, and then there's that point, right, where you start to remember yourself. And also, why don't I just do the opposite? Why don't I just power through? Now, I am not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist, and I do not mean to be dismissive or diminishing of anybody's experience. I understand that depression, anxiety, psychosis, mania, all these kinds of things that happen to a lot of us who we've experienced maybe more often or maybe a little less. We don't always have control over these things. Even if you are taking medicine or in therapy, you've done all the work, you're using all the tools, do not let me sound like I am saying that you just gotta pull your, pull yourself up by the bootlaces? Is that what it is? You tie your boots tightly? That's what I always thought it was. I don't know. Sometimes when you gotta do work, you gotta tie them tightly, I guess. And so I just need to say that because I know sometimes these readings, it can sound like, oh, all you gotta do is, think positive, do some, affirmations, everything will be good. It's not always that easy. Okay, I know that. And I love you. And I hope you have some fondness for me too. And a little bit of grace. A little bit of grace for this silly lady over here. But yeah, I do. I do feel like there is a sense of returning back into, the being that you envision yourself. Close to the ideal. Again, that golden sun shining on your face. That is the image that I get in my mind. Now, here's the deal. Service. To be of service. And that's what this one really is. It tells me that what you need to balance out the fortune, the blessings, the just miracles that are showing up in your life is to be of service, okay? Within your community, within your family, within your household. What does it mean to be of service, right? Not everybody knows what that means. But it can be, any kind of thing where you are volunteering your time. You are showing up for people. You are showing up for the environment. You are, I don't know, maybe I constantly talk about connection with people in my readings. And oftentimes I'll say, like, you need to be of service, or, this is really going to be something that opens up, new adventures and pathways and doors for you. Go out and meet people. Well, listen, I understand. Not all of us want to be out there meeting people. Not all of us want to volunteer and interact with people. There are a lot of things that you can do, right, to be of service. You could go and pick up trash. I mean, that's a big one. Here where I live, which I'm so happy about, all of the little towns, all of the little cities, they have and they advertise greatly for citywide cleanups, which means, often in the city, that means something else if you're living in a major city. But if you're living out here, that means that people literally just show up and start picking up trash out of bushes, off the side of the roads, out of the parks. And we do this so that we can keep our environment clean, right? I live rural too, so we don't want them in the waterways. We don't want, trash ending up in places it shouldn't be. So these are other options. There's also a lot of volunteer work out there. A lot of things that you could do that might be of interest to you. I have a friend, shout out to you if you're listening, that just started volunteering doing assisting in archiving fossils and other kinds of mineral artifacts in a lab, and just volunteered to do it and got trained up on it. And so, I mean, there are things you look. Here's a good place to go. The library, right? Have you been to the library recently? Have you been there in the last, 5-10 years? Most of them are pretty awesome. I mean, I don't know. Where I live, there's, I'm in the upper Midwest. I'm not going to give away what place exactly. But yeah, there's a lot of, thought and money put into these kinds of public systems. And so maybe I'm lucky. I don't know. I don't know if libraries are awesome everywhere, but I assume it's worthwhile. Go in there. A librarian is somebody who could be your best friend, especially if you are somebody who is interested in research, or you have special interests or fixations and things like that. Absolutely check out the library. But yeah, go in there. They will tell you they're totally involved with all these community outreach things and classes and opportunities to volunteer. So that's just, my little support your local library energy. Okay, so the other thing that keeps coming through to me is there's a J name. We talked about the J-E, but I feel like it could either be Jeff, Jeffrey, maybe Jenny, but it doesn't feel like a Jenny. So I wanted to bring that up because that feels important. That person feels important. Now we have a cauldron up here. We have a smiley face. We have a dolphin. Oops. We have a dolphin. We have a smiley face. We have a cauldron. We have a person who is making, and we were just talking about potions and combinations of variables and elements. I feel like you're in this time where psychically you have been super tuned in, and there are times where you're just doing things almost in autopilot, but it's more flow state, and you're just able to figure things out so much more quickly. And I feel like this really is a time where you're really succeeding at adjusting aspects of your life. And I feel like this is why there's so much balance coming in because I feel like for so long, or at least for a while, it feels like in your mind, you're like, this has been going on forever. I mean, it could be like 6 months, a year, 2 years. But I feel like it's been going on for so long that you just kind of have accepted how things are. Like, this is our routine. This is our financial situation. This is the state of my household, my job, my car, whatever. And it's good enough, right? Or you're just too tired to do anything about some of it, right? Like changing the job, or working on the marriage, or, saving the money to buy a more reliable car, or whatever it is. I feel like you've been in a state of just trying to preserve your sanity and not rock the boat. But all of that is done, because I feel like you've woken up. It's like you got jolted out of a deep sleep, and now there's no going back to sleep. Now you look around and you see your life and you're like, okay, I mean, it's not bad. There's nothing to cry about necessarily. Sometimes our lives just get into these places where, it's like I've just been kind of cruising in the same state of being, everything's kind of the same as it was like a year ago, 2 years ago. And then it's like the parts start moving, and you start moving them, and you start realigning them. You're changing your schedule. You're changing your job. You're changing how you interact within your marriage, or your communication, or, whatever it is. And it feels good. It feels good. I don't feel all this anxiety. I don't feel all of this like, should I, shouldn't I? You're just doing the thing, and it's working out for you. So trust your instincts. Trust the flow of things. Also, vitamin C. Do the vitamin C. I'm looking at the thick one again right here. Like, please, elderberry, whatever you can do, whatever you do to boost your immune system. I can't tell you what actually works. I have no idea. But I know that we need to do something, right? Wash hands. Take our vitamins. So we have the letters KP. We have a weeping woman, and we have the number 20 related to that. I feel that somebody in your family passed early, in their 20s, I imagine. It seems to be a young feminine energy, and all I can think is like their mother was never the same. She was never the same after that. And I wonder if this was your sibling. Maybe it was your mother that passed away and your grandmother is the one that struggled. But I feel like for some reason, there's a sense of honoring this person. Like, I don't know why it seems very specific. Like, this can't relate to anybody, really. I don't know. But almost like they were going to a college. They passed away, or they were going off to college before they went. They passed away. And as an honor, somebody else in the family is going to like the same school type of thing. But that seems so specific. So if that does relate to you, let me know, because I'm always interested if like the really, I try to pull it out a little bit so it's a little more relatable to more people, but sometimes these like very specific things have to be said. Number 2 over and over and over again, but that makes sense because we have that energy of the lovers. Yeah, let's move over here. We're going to put this over here. Excuse me. Let's see. Should we do numbers first, or I want to look at this. I want to see just for a second. I love these oracle cards recently. I did an oracle reading, if you haven't seen it, for the 9-9 gateway. And or 9-9 portal, or whatever you want to call it. I call it the beloved. All 9s for the beloved. But yeah, I've been enjoying doing these cards. Now we're going to ask it. Leo, what do you have going on for the next week? What is going to come up in this next week? Ooh, escape. What are you escaping, Leo? Assertion. Okay. So either somebody is trying to assert upon you, or you are asserting upon them, and maybe it's not working because there's an escape happening. And rebellion. Ooh, my goodness. You got some energy going on. So, let's see. Who is it? Is it you, or is it somebody else that is being rebellious here? Enthusiasm. Caution. Control. Okay, so I feel like there is a sense of mind games being played here. I mean, this is like Art of War. Hopefully you're going with the, is it with the 5 rings? Musashi? Go with Musashi. That's my style more. So I feel like there's like a lot of mind games going on here. This feels like somebody is vying to control you. Absolutely feels like this is somebody in your personal life, not just at work. But I feel like this is a very jealous person. This is a person who, I feel like you love them, but it's like they don't want you to be yourself. And so that leads me to believe this might be romantic, because, you know, we all have seen or been in the situation, or even maybe been the person that is kind of has had this, you know, behavior, where somebody is attracted to another person for whatever reasons, physical, mental, emotional, all of the things. And then they get into a relationship, and what they love about the person, they don't want anybody else to see. They don't want them to dress that way. They don't want them to talk to other people. They don't want them to have connections or do work with other people, or, you know, whatever. There is an insecurity and a possessiveness. Now, for you, I mean, you're a Leo, so immediately anybody tries to get their grips on you, you're absolutely in rebellion mode. And not even just kind of enthusiastically saying, nah, not me. You got the wrong one, because you're not going to control me. You're not going to tell me what I can and can't do. You are not going to make me feel bad. We're not doing this passive-aggressive dance. We're not, you know, sniping and being underhanded. We're not, oh my gosh, did you guys hear? I didn't watch it, but I read about that Netflix documentary about the mom who cyberbullied her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend for years. Like, not just little, like, I'm trying to keep you away from each other, you know, kind of, I mean, not a foolproof way of getting people apart or whatever, but terrorizing somebody that is beloved to you. that is such a stinky, dank, icky, vile energy. That is that is from the depths. That is a cosmic horror to be able to torment psychologically, emotionally, and physically. I mean, it does. It affects you physically. It affects your world, the way that you exist in the world. Wild. But I bet there wasn't a Leo involved in that. I'll tell you what, there's no Leo that's going to put up with that. Also, Leo, you're going to figure it out. You're going to figure out where that stuff's coming from. Who is doing this to me, right? and what am I going to do about it? You know what I mean? So I do. I feel like this is a week where maybe somebody is really trying it with you and you're saying, listen, you got the wrong Leo, baby. You got the wrong Leo. This is not the Leo to be messing with. This is not the Leo to play your little games with. This is not the Leo that's going to sit here and sit pretty for you and, jump however high you want me to, because it's not happening. Not happening. All right, let's do our lucky numbers. We have number 94, 94. We have number 81, 81. 9481. Ooh, 98, 98. I love it. I love it. All right, Leo. We're going to do the little quick outro. I love you. I love you. I love you. Please take good care of yourself in this next period of time. Make sure that you are, when you are in these moments of stress and you're having to stand up for yourself or tell somebody how it is or, just kind of steer clear of them, and it can feel draining. So please make sure that you're checking in with yourself. You are getting centered. You are filling yourself up with things that you love, that, make you feel inspired, going places that are uplifting, that are, beautiful and awe-inspiring and provocative and strange and surreal, all the things. Get out there in the world. Go look at some stuff, right? What else? If you want to like, subscribe, or leave a comment, I would love to hear from you. Also, again, you can send those prayer requests in the comments or over at ulaishere@gmail.com. Other than that, I think that's it. Leo, I love you. We'll talk soon. Good night.